What?
Barely made it.
What is that? I feel like you just fucking just jumped right in.
Just made it.
That was
close.
crazy, especially because there's like a countdown, so it was like made it just in the nick of time.
Yes, I heard it, and I'm like, as I'm putting it in, I'm like, oh no, getting closer, getting closer. We made it though.
God.
We're here.
All right, so what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Hot Corner. Man, week one was pretty exciting. I can't even just say week one. This past weekend of sports was just, if you love sports, if you love baseball, basketball, football, you were just in awe of everything. Because that's how I was. I was watching every game, every football game on Sunday. I was watching every fucking basketball game, watching some baseball. It was like too much to handle. My fucking brain couldn't take it. How did you feel this weekend with sports?
Yeah, man. All right, Sunday is my favorite day of the week by far. I mean, just I had 2 TVs in my garage, just kicking back, drinking some beers. Oh, I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, and not just because it was like week one, but the NBA playoffs was going on, and
Game 6 of the Clipper game was Clipper Nuggets series was at 10 a.m. that day, so I had that one going on my phone.
They did not want to compete with the NFL.
Yeah,
they were just like, fuck all that. Like, let me just get this out. Let us get it out of the way.
Yeah,
because we're definitely not going to compete with Sunday Night Football.
Exactly.
But what did you think about week one of the NFL?
A couple surprises. A lot of obvious victories. I mean, like we saw Kansas City, we all expected them to win. They put in work on Thursday night. Baltimore, they dominated their game. But then you go to the surprise wins, and it's like, whoa. For example, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They come out and they beat the Colts, who I thought were going to be really good. But, of course, Mr. Interception, Phillip Rivers, throws 2 picks and cost them the game. And then also not only that, but the Colts also lost their number 1A running back and Marlon Mack. So he's done for the year with an Achilles injury. So now they turn to 1B and Jonathan Taylor, the rookie out of Wisconsin, who was the best running back by far in this past year's draft. So I think he's going to step up and like it's not even missing a beat. But for the Colts, it's going to come down to not making turnover, not turning the ball over. And that was Rivers' MO last year, and it has been for the past 15 years. You know, in the big games, he does well, and then boom, there's that one big turnover. Then it turns into another turnover. Mm-hmm. He starts forcing balls downfield, and that's where the Colts. That's where they faltered, and unfortunately they didn't recover from it, and they weren't able to beat Jacksonville, who a lot of people projected to be the worst team in the league. Another surprise, the Eagles. The Eagles fucking blew a 17-point lead against the Washington football team. Dwayne Haskins, man, he didn't look bad at all.
Okay, real quick on that game. I'm pretty sure you heard the story about halftime. Ron Rivera's not feeling too well. Motherfucker gets an IV during halftime. He's already battling cancer.
Yeah.
He's going through treatment, and then halftime comes in, not feeling well, gets an IV while the team is, in the locker room. Dwayne Haskins decides to put his big boy pants on. He does the halftime speech, and then they go out there and then seal the deal against the Eagles, who nobody thought they were going to beat. Like, that is probably the best start to an NFL season.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're playing for this Washington football team, and you see your head coach, you see your head coach getting an IV at halftime when you're down 17-0. If that doesn't light a fire under your ass and say, hey, let's fucking go. Let's come out the second half. Let's fucking punch someone in the mouth. Let's fucking win this game for him. If that doesn't just get you up, then you should not be playing in this league. And I'm sure that got the Redskins. That got the football team really fired up and really excited. And they came out in the second half and they showed it. They played with heart. They played with their emotions. And they ended up, upsetting the Eagles, who, I mean, I thought we're going to do really well. But, I mean, again, the Eagles were missing Miles Sanders, their number one running back. He's out. But, I mean, still you got to win your games, man. And that's not a good look for the Eagles at all.
And yeah, it just goes to show, like, I'm just looking at the scores right here, and I think another storyline could have been, what is Cam Newton going to look like with the Patriots? And yeah, he played the Dolphins, who right now they're still rebuilding, but I feel like this week he'll have a better test. But just to see the way they used him, where it's like, all right, man, you're not going to be throwing the ball 30, 40 times. Just fucking run. And what did he do? Got 2 touchdowns.
Belichick knows what has been the cause of Cam's injuries the past couple years. His shoulder. His shoulder's done. Okay? It's fucking hanging by a thread. Why? Because he's fucking throwing the ball 40 times a game in Carolina. And while he's throwing the ball, he's getting hit. Where it's like, all right, let's limit that. Let's throw the ball 25 times. Yeah, 20, 25 times a game. But utilize all your tools. Utilize that. And now that he has an offensive line in front of him, something that he lacked in Carolina for a very long time, he has a line in front of him. He can actually move around in the pocket with some time, get some good throws off, run a perfect option, design QB runs. It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, because I feel like with the Panthers, and I kind of noticed this on Sunday, like where for Cam Newton this past Sunday, they had a play in mind. He dropped back, scanned the field, nothing was there. Then he took off and ran. Whereas with the Panthers, it was like, hike, holy shit, everybody's on me, let me take off and run. So now this is like a different type of style for him, because now he gets to actually see the play. He gets to see everything play out before he decides to run.
Mm-hmm.
That I want to say it was the first touchdown run. It wasn't designed for him to run the ball.
No.
He scanned the field and he made the right football play, which is, hey, I have a lane, let me take it. Whereas with the Panthers, if they're right there, they're just gonna run it with Cam, then run it again, and then do like a goal line. Like, you can't do that. That's just gonna take a toll on your body. So the way they're using him is interesting. The way they're gonna use him this week, I want to see, because this might be a game where he needs to throw the ball a little bit more. So we'll see how that goes. But just to touch on at least my team, the Packers, I was fucking happy offensively to see how they were doing. Defensively, not so much. I don't know if you saw the Packer game, but
I saw bits and pieces of it.
It looked like Aaron Rodgers was just slinging it.
Yeah, he looked fresh.
Yeah, he looks, and he's mentioned it where he's like, "Hey, man, I'm coming into this season with my arm not being sore." Where that says, I don't know what it says about him doing in the past, but just being able to be fresh going into week 1, especially going to Minnesota, playing that defense, which, they're a little bit younger now. And it was great to see. I know your team had a stressful fucking 3 hours there just watching them play. How'd that go?
Yeah. It was rough, man. I had a rough go at it Sunday. I'm watching the game and I'm just like, this is just not normal. I'm used to Rivers throwing it down the field, maybe throwing a pick here and there. But so last year, week 1, we also went into overtime against the Colts, and we ended up winning that game. But it was like 24-27, something like that.
Yeah.
And then this one, we didn't score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. And I'm just like, you fucking kidding me? Like, are we ever going to score a touchdown? Are we like, Keenan Allen was non-existent in the offense. I mean, he might have had like 4 catches. Hunter Henry had a big catch to get us in a field goal range right before the half, which was huge. Mike Williams was a surprise for me because, I mean, going into the whole week, going into Sunday, the entire week, he was doubtful. And then it was Saturday morning, game time decision. Saturday night, he's out. And then Sunday morning, again, game time decision. It's like, what the fuck? Is this guy going to play or not?
Mm-hmm.
And then he ends up leading the team in targets with he had 9 targets. I think he had 8 or 9 catches. So yeah, he was the biggest surprise for me. And then Austin Eckler really couldn't get anything going. And then you saw the rookie Josh Kelly step up and he scored a touchdown and he had like 60 yards on like 7 or 8 carries. So I mean, hey, the offense didn't look like the offense that we're used to with the Chargers. It's not the high scoring. It's not the Phillip Rivers 400 yards passing. It's not that offense, and I expected that. I knew it wasn't going to be that. But Tyrod Taylor, God, something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. I mean, I get it. It's his first game that he started in a while, and it's a new offense, a new team.
He's been. Don't give him the benefit of the doubt.
No. He's
all last year.
Yeah, but he played. Phillip Rivers has been there, and he's been behind him, and it is a new offense because the Chargers are not running the same offense that they ran with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen the Chargers run an option. They ran an option, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, we can do that? I didn't know that was legal.
That was in the playbook.
So I mean, again, it's a first go around. I'm kind of trying to sound like Paul George here. First time together as a unit, this team. It's not an all or nothing. It's not a championship or bust. But Tyrod Taylor, I feel like this week the defense bailed us out. The defense, I mean, it was incredible. A rookie quarterback. Doesn't matter. Incredible. The defense just, wow. But now going into from Joe Burrow to Patrick Mahomes, that's a big fucking jump. So it's going to be interesting to see this week how, not the defense, but how the offense responds to Mahomes. I mean, we're going to have to keep up. I mean, I can hope the defense shuts him down and kind of keeps him in check a little bit, but eventually we're going to have to keep up. We're going to have to score. And I'm curious to see what adjustments this offense is going to make, whether it's getting Keenan Allen more involved, which I would hope it would be getting Keenan Allen more involved, getting Austin Eckler going, getting Tyrod Taylor to run the ball more. It's a jumble of things that this offense can do, and it's just a matter of executing on the field. So we'll see.
Yeah, and it's again, I feel like the Chargers are a team that is going to be fun to look at. They're going to be fun to look at, and you just to jump into the next storyline of Week 1, which was Brady versus Breeze, Bucks versus Saints.
Told you.
And
yes,
they struggled. They struggled early. This is only Week 1. They are a brand new team.
Oh, it's the Paul George excuse. Here you go.
But this is a valid excuse. Whereas, Chargers been together for a while. Clippers been together. Basketball's different. And for this team, Mike Evans wasn't really 100%. Gronk is still getting his, legs back under him. I don't have excuses for Brady. I feel like for Brady, he should be able to step into any offense and at least perform decent enough to get some to be competitive.
If the system's right, sure.
Yeah. So the Bucks showed signs of hey, this is what we envisioned. This is what we imagined the offense would be, but it was too far in between of oh man, that's what they, and then it's oh shit. And to top off, the Saints have a great defense. They're going to put pressure on the quarterback. And then you go up against Drew Brees. So, did I think the Bucks were going to win the game? I thought so. I picked them to win. But am I surprised that they lost the way they did? No. So, I feel like you go 10 weeks down the line, the next time they play each other or whenever they do play each other, I feel like it's going to be a little different, I would think.
So, first I'm going to start off by saying I told you.
Yeah.
And then second of all, I mean, Michael Thomas had 3 catches in this game. And the Bucks still couldn't capitalize off of that. I mean, Alvin Kamara just had a fucking field day with this offense. With this defense. So was I expecting this? Yeah, I was expecting a blowout, and it kind of was a blowout. I mean, you give those garbage time touchdowns to Brady and the Bucks. I mean,
it's
it
like
was
to
like
save face, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, New Orleans again. I told you that I think they're the best team, second best team in the NFC, right behind Seattle. But yeah, like you said, I guess it could be just Brady. I mean, not Brady. Gronk getting his legs under him. Mike Evans not being 100%. Godwin looked okay. Godwin looked actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
He fit right in with Brady in that offense. But I mean, for Brady, his third consecutive game with a pick six. I mean, going back to last year, 3 games in a row with a pick six. That's rough. And I mean, I don't know.
I try not to read
is
too much.
Is that a concern? Do you see that as a concern? He threw 2 interceptions in this game.
Like I said, I'm not reading too much into it, solely because, and people quickly forget about things that they say that come out of their own mouth. Going into the season, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Brady's gonna probably throw the most picks he's ever thrown in his career because of Bruce Arians, because of the risk it for the biscuit type of mentality he has."
Mm-hmm.
So everyone knew going into the season, Brady's going to throw more picks than he's ever done in his career. And I stand with that statement. I think going on through the season, hell, he might throw a pick this week too. But they might pull out a win. They might be fucking scoring 40 points. Who knows?
Yeah.
People just need to realize that the offense that he is in now, the football isn't protected as much as it was with the Patriots. Yes. Whereas for the Patriots, Bill Belichick is such a defensive-minded coach where it's like, hey, man, we are protecting the football. Mm-hmm. Whatever the fuck you do, you don't turn over the ball.
Yeah.
That's it. Whereas Bruce Arians like, hell, man, let's just get this rolling. We throw a pick, our defense will do. Our defense will pick up the slack. We'll get the ball back. So it's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole situation where Bruce Arians kind of called out Tom Brady at the end of the game, saying, Mike Evans made the right choice or he saw the right thing and Brady didn't. Then they go back and they say, oh, well, actually, Brady was right. Mike Evans did do the wrong thing. I don't know if that was to save face. But if I'm Bruce Arians and Tom Brady says that Mike Evans saw the wrong thing, Mike Evans saw the wrong fucking thing. That's end of discussion.
That's that, yes.
I'm looking at Mike Evans and I'm saying, why the fuck didn't you see what Brady saw?
Yeah.
So it's crazy to see someone. Well, it's not crazy. It is crazy to see someone just getting on Tom Brady just to say hey, no, Tom Brady was wrong, which was weird to think about. Hey, man, Tom Brady, he should know what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And sure enough, Tom Brady was right. He saw what he was supposed to see.
Yeah.
So this season is going to be so interesting to see the Bucs and see how they do, and just to see the progression of the offense. Because remember, there's no preseason games. There's no first quarter to test things out. Second quarter, then week 2 of preseason, 2 quarters and a half, and 3 quarters. You don't get that. So we're seeing it right here, right now.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see, but
yeah, we'll see. Before we move on, I wanted to talk about the most exciting game of the weekend for me, at least. It was the Raiders against the Panthers. Dude, this game. I don't know if you watched this game. This game was fucking good.
Not only did I watch this game, I watched it with a Raider fan right next to me. I was watching it with Abe, and I was just like, I have Jacobs on my fantasy team, so I was just like, come on,
yeah. I'm sure you do.
Oh, you know, because I beat you.
Yeah, Jacobs fucking went off for 3 touchdowns. He didn't even have 100 yards, but he had 3 fucking touchdowns.
Hey, man, that's all that matters.
Unreal. But anyways, this game was just back and forth, dude. I mean, the Raiders take the lead. Panthers take the lead. Raiders, Panthers, Raiders, Panthers. And then the Raiders shut them out in the third quarter. And then the Panthers come out and score 15 in the fourth. Almost win this game because there's like 2 minutes left, and they almost win it. And then they get a stop. They were driving, and the Raider defense gets a big stop in the red zone, and that seals it. And the Raiders ended up winning this game. But were you surprised out of the performance you saw from Derek Carr, and also the performance from Teddy Bridgewater? What did you like? What didn't you like out of these two quarterbacks?
Okay, so Teddy Bridgewater, I'm still not sold on him yet. I know he was amazing with the Saints last year and went undefeated and all that. Still not sold yet. He has some obstacles that might, fuck him up in the long run. He has a rookie head coach. And look, that rookie head coach, makes a decision to not give McCaffrey the ball. And, that might have been the difference to get Bridgewater the win and, ride that momentum into week 2. And then now look what the situation they're in. But for Derek Carr, I've been saying this for a while. The amount of, scrutiny and, backlash this guy's gotten over the years, I don't want to say it's not fair. But we need to remember that at one point in time, yes, it was for a brief moment, but at one point in time, Derek Carr was considered one of the up-and-coming quarterbacks that could be taking the league by storm. Yeah. It was for a brief moment.
And then he broke his leg.
And then, he broke his fucking back or his leg. I don't know what the fuck.
His leg, yeah, he broke his leg right before the playoffs.
So, and then that fucked him up. And then now you have a new coach last year, and now you have a full experience, a full year under your belt with that offense, with that coach, and with that mindset of, the Gruden way of doing things. And it's only going to help him. So I honestly think that, Derek Carr's going to have a great year. He's going to throw for 4,000 yards. He's going to have a great fucking year. But it's just the Raiders it all depends on their defense, man. The Raiders they're really going to have to rely on their defense.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard this. This was something going around this week. During that Raider game, Derek Carr called an audible. I don't know if have you heard this?
No.
Okay, so he called an audible, and he mentioned, or he said, Cindy Gruden, Tiger Woods. Cindy Gruden, Tiger. Yeah, he said Cindy Gruden, Tiger Woods. And John Gruden, when asked about it, had no fucking idea what it meant. Like, what? Cindy Gruden, obviously, it's John Gruden's wife.
Yeah.
And then Tiger Woods, I mean, greatest golfer of all time, and he's a lifelong Raider fan also. But, I just find it hilarious how the head coach has no idea what that meant.
Who knows? Maybe it was a dummy call. Maybe it was just to say it.
I haven't heard Derek Carr answer any questions on it, but I just find it hilarious. Like, John Gruden had no fucking clue what it meant.
So, I was going to ask you about this too. So, we finally get to see football with either no fans or very little fans.
Ooh, yeah.
And you got to hear some shit that you don't usually hear. It was beautiful. I was watching the Packer game. It was like the second play of the game. And Aaron Rodgers catches him off guard or offsides because of his hard count. And there's nothing better to hear the other sideline, the defensive coordinator, who was right on the line, just fucking locked in. His defensive line moves, and you just hear him, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Like, fucking second play, you could see him on the side losing his shit, going crazy. I was like, oh my God, this is the best fucking.
Oh, I love it.
You get to hear, and especially in the Packer game, I heard a fuck ton, a hell of a ton of F-bombs going everywhere. It was so fun to just hear, and then just to again, just on Aaron Rodgers, getting to hear all the things, even Brady and Breeze, getting to hear them changing plays and making calls on the line of scrimmage, like with 10 seconds running down that play clock, it was fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed it. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it again or seeing what I can hear next week too. But man, it was fun to hear all the sounds, the cracks, the hits, all that stuff. It was fun.
Yeah. So about adding on to that, no fans and stuff. Did you feel a difference? Did you see a difference? Did you hear a difference in the games? Like, like I'm watching a game and like normally you're used to hearing the crowd noise in the background. So they had some kind of fake crowd noise being pumped in. But did you notice, like, did you really, like, if you had your eyes closed and just listened to it, did you know that there was no fans in that stadium?
Uh, no, maybe. Well, just because they pumped in the crowd noise. So maybe I would have just been like, "Oh, my TV's low. Like I need to raise my TV higher."
Mm-hmm.
But it did help. What helped is if you're watching the game and they don't address it like fucking every play.
Romo. I was watching the Dolphin Patriots game, and Romo was like, "Oh, the crowd didn't like that call. The crowd didn't do that." I'm like, "Shut up!"
He's such a dad, dude. Like, it's such a dad joke.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. That was pretty funny though.
but
But
yeah, I enjoyed it.
okay, yeah. Jacksonville Jaguars leading the league in attendance, by the way.
I was gonna say, and I mentioned this before, the week started. Like, the team that apparently is supposed to suck ass, and is supposedly tanking for Trevor. They have the most attendance. They have the most percentage of allowing attendance, allowing people in.
So they were one of two teams in week 1 to have fans. Obviously, number 1 was Kansas City, and then Jacksonville was number 2. Week 2, they're going to allow fans in Indianapolis for their game. Tennessee's allowing fans. They're allowing, I think, 4,000 fans. So we're starting to see this grow and grow and grow. I mean, a small steps forward. The Chargers and Rams have both said that they want to allow fans by November. Whether it's a limited, obviously it's going to be a limited amount, but they want to have fans in the stands. So it's a good sign moving forward. Hopefully, we get to that point where, hey, there's actually fans allowed and we get to go to these games, or we actually get to see, real people on TV, not fake crowd noise. But either way, I'm just glad football's back.
Real quick, with you being a season ticket holder for the Chargers,
yeah,
which I think you're the only one. So how did they go about letting you know what the situation is going to be like?
So they sent emails. They sent emails saying no fans. And then they give us an option whether you want to opt out of the season, meaning you don't have to pay for your tickets this year, but you don't lose your seats. Or is option 2 whether it's or where you do pay, and if there is fans, obviously you get to go to the game and sit in your seat. Or if there's no fans, then it gets rolled over automatically to next year. So I chose the option 2, which is just going to roll over next year. And if there is fans allowed, they're going to put us into a drawing, like a little raffle kind of thing. And I guess they just select randomly, however many people are allowed. They select those season ticket holders, and then they get the opportunity to buy tickets. So you don't have your tickets for free, or the ones that you paid for. You have to buy tickets for this year because the money that you already paid goes into next year. So next year is completely taken care of.
Oh, so the payments that you're making right now is
for next year,
strictly for next season.
Yes.
So the only people that are actually getting allowed to be in the stadium are season ticket holders.
Yes.
And that's just because of a raffle, and they have to still pay for that game that they're attending.
Yes. But, I mean, obviously I can guarantee you there's a lot of season ticket holders that are not Charger fans that just bought the tickets because they're going to sell.
And they want the new stadium.
Exactly. So they're going to get people are going to get the opportunity to buy tickets on the retail on the secondary market, StubHub, Game Time. There's going to be tickets for sale, but I mean, what price? And they're going to be at a high demand.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So if you do get the option and your name gets drawn from that raffle, you're good.
I will absolutely be there. Absolutely.
You have to, right?
Definitely.
So then let's say the Chargers have a homestand where it's like, let's say 3 weeks. Just for example, I don't know the schedule just yet, but let's say it's 3 weeks in a row that they're going to be at home. So for the next week, it's a new raffle.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's every game is a new raffle.
Damn, man, that's crazy to see. At least they have a system in place,
Yeah.
and at least the money that you're putting in isn't going to waste.
Yeah, and so right now I'm actually hoping and praying and banking on New Orleans Saints allowing fans within the next couple of weeks because I want to make a trip to New Orleans for my birthday. Actually, a week after my birthday, Monday night, they play the Saints in New
Your
Orleans.
birthday is October 5th, correct?
My birthday's the 5th. That's the day of your big giveaway that you haven't told me about yet.
Yeah, we're giving you away.
Oh,
You're going to be in your birthday suit.
oh, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I remember when I did it, like a week later, I was like, oh, man, it's Tug's birthday, too. I was like, I got to figure out a way to get everything. But we definitely have to do a giveaway, too, for the Hot Corner.
Oh, yes.
Where it's like, Tug was going to give away one of his seats. My ass, yeah, right.
You give away a seat next to me in my garage watching football.
Right front row.
Yeah.
We'll give you a pass and everything.
Did you see my new setup?
Well, I saw it. I think it was a Snap or Instagram or something.
Yeah. So we bought a 65-inch to put like front and center in the garage. And then we got the sound system. So we have like a sound bar and the 2 fucking rear speakers in the back. Bro, it's fucking sick.
Yeah, see, it is pumping in crowd noise. It's all right. It's right
there. And then I bought another. I didn't buy another one. We had another TV that we already had in the garage, and I set that up on the side. So I have the main game, whatever we're watching. Usually in the morning it's the Dolphins, and then in the afternoon it's the Chargers. Have that on the big TV, and then on the small TV that's the fantasy TV. So we have that. We're flipping around on that one, like, oh, go to this game, or have the Red Zone channel on, and just dude, it's a good time.
You got NFL Sunday ticket this year?
Yes, yeah.
Did you? So you paid full price and everything?
No, so we actually switched because we had Time Warner, or Spectrum, and then once the Dodgers were announced on DirecTV, we switched back. So we were able to get the free year of Sunday ticket this year.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Yeah, so it came up clutch.
Hey, you and your family always know how to swing away to like just get. That's good. I like it. But yeah. I'm excited just for week 2, and we can just jump into that right now.
Yes. Jump right into it.
Because week 2, I'm not as excited for the games of week 2 than I was week 1. But I'm still going to watch it. Like, there's still some good games.
We got some good games. We got some good games, yeah.
There's still some good games. Whereas, like, last week, I was like, fuck, that's a good game. That's a good game. That's like, these 2 teams suck, but it's still going to be a good game. Like,
yeah.
Like, so this week's a little different. Like, for example, but you still have storylines.
Well, for example, like, we can start right away tonight. We have the Bengals and the Browns going at it. These 2 teams fucking suck, but it's going to be a good game. Like,
yeah. That's how I am. Where it's like, man, they suck, but I'm still going to watch it.
So let's go ahead and talk about that one real quick, and then we can move on to the rest of the schedule. But so Joe Burrow in his first start
against your Chargers.
I had front and center fucking first row view of this guy. He's legit. He looked like a rookie, but there was moments where he looked like a seasoned vet, just fucking dishing it out. That 2-minute drill, that last where they drove the ball down the field, they had no timeouts. They had 1:47 and no timeouts, and he put together a drive like it was Mahomes. Like, he was just boom, 5 yards here, 10 yards there. Let me take a deep shot, try to get a PI or something. 15 yards here, get out of bounds. Like, it was impressive to see Joe Burrow do that. But then people forget Joe Burrow was a 5-year guy. He played college football for 5 years.
Yep.
So he's older than a lot of these guys. He's older than Mahomes. Or I think he's the same age as Mahomes. And Mahomes has been in the league for 3 years already. And this is only his first year. So Burrow looked really good. And my honest opinion, I honestly think Burrow's better than Baker Mayfield.
Really? Already?
Yes, already. He's already better than Baker. Baker Mayfield is a fucking joke. Like, I don't know, dude. He just looks like shit. I mean, how do you have these weapons? How do you have Nick Chubb? How do you have Kareem Hunt? How do you have Austin Hooper, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry? And just fucking stink it up. Like how? I mean, this the Browns' curse for finding a quarterback continuing.
He just fucking suck.
It's brutal to watch, dude. I mean, the Browns are going into tonight as the favorites. I think the Bengals cover easily, +6. I think the Bengals cover. I think the Bengals might even win this game. I don't know, man. Baker just.
You got to look at the Bengals for what they are, and what they are is a team that has a rookie quarterback, a top receiver who's coming off injury, and a running back who can be inconsistent at times.
It just got extended.
Yes, but I feel like that's how I see it. That's how I see the Bengals right now. I don't see too many positives, but at the same time, I kind of see what you're seeing, where it's like, hey, they have a rookie quarterback, but this rookie quarterback is legit. He's the truth.
Yeah.
He's got everything going for him, where it's quarterbacks like that, they don't need much to do something.
Yeah. So
and
to add on,
receiver like Green, like that's all you need, really.
Yeah. So to add on to this, after the game on Sunday where they lost to the Chargers, they asked him like, "Hey, how do you feel about this game and what happened today?" And he took sole responsibility, which is something that you don't really see out of rookie quarterbacks, where you kind of see the rookie quarterbacks like, well, we should have had this, we should have had that. But he took sole responsibility. He says, I turned the ball over twice. I turned the ball over. I threw a big interception. Yeah, we did miss a field goal, but we shouldn't have even been in that situation. I should have made better plays. I should have put us in a better position to win this game. And that's something that you absolutely love to see out of a rookie quarterback. So if I'm the Bengals front office, if I'm the Bengals head coach, I'm fucking all in on Burrow. I'm all in on this kid's attitude, his demeanor, the way he carries himself. I love it. And just it's going to be exciting to see him develop and grow into, the potential number one pick that he is, into, a star in this league.
And I think this is a real big prove-it game for Baker, because he has a new coach, a new GM, and everybody knows when a new GM comes into place that didn't draft you, your time is ticking. Your time, especially right now where you have everything you can ask for in a quarterback. Mm-hmm. You want receivers? We got 2 of them for you. You want fucking tight ends? We got 2 of them for you. You want running back? We got 2 of them. You. What else do you need? You need a defense? We got one of the best defensive players ever. Like, everything you can ask for a quarterback, like, he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted a new coach? You got a shitty coach? We got a new coach for you. So this year, and maybe next year, who knows? Like, this is a big prove-it year. This is a big prove-it game, because he's a number 1 pick going up against another number 1 pick, and if he gets
Heisman versus Heisman, yeah.
If he gets outshined, what does that say about Baker? All these years that you've been here and you haven't gotten any better, and this guy rolls into the league and he's already beating you, and he has less than what you have.
Yeah,
half of what you have. And he's in the same boat. You got a second-year coach, head coach. Like, it's not like he's having this amazing veteran head coach or this great offensive mind or the quarterback guru. This is a big prove-it game for Baker. And if they lose, you're down 0-2, especially in the division that they're in. And I know there's an extra playoff spot, but shit, you could kiss it goodbye already.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm the Browns, if I'm down 0-2 and I'm the GM, fuck it, pull the plug. Odell, get out. One of these running backs, get out. Somebody get out. Like, we need to start
trading guys, now, start rebuilding, exactly.
Because we have assets to do it.
So now when you do have that potential number one pick, do you go out and tank for Trevor?
That's the decision to make, right?
And if you're Trevor Lawrence, do you accept that and say, I'm going to Cleveland, where careers go to die?
Man,
Oh, man.
all I know is his options suck right now. It's the Jags,
Cleveland.
and I'm trying to think of some other teams, but shit, man, like
Chicago.
yeah, that might be his best bet.
Yeah.
But when you have fucking Trubisky all of a sudden wants to be a fucking quarterback in the fourth quarter,
oh shit!
I bet Nick Foles was like, "Yep, that's it. Here we go." And then fourth quarter comes like, "Shit."
So tonight, Bengals Browns. What do you got?
I still got the Browns, man. They have too many weapons They have too many fucking weapons to fuck this game up, man.
Yeah.
Just hand the ball off the whole game if you have to. Let these two guys do work. Do little check downs to the tight end of Hooper. Just I honestly think like he can't fuck up this whole season, man.
I agree. He can't fuck it up. I like the Browns also. I think it's a close game, but I do like the Browns winning this one. Moving on
to Sunday's games.
Sunday fun day. Fucking love it. Bears Giants. Saquon Barkley 6 rushing yards on Monday night against the Steelers. Daniel Jones had absolutely no time to throw the ball. The Bears come from behind victory against the Lions. We just mentioned Trubisky in the last 2 minutes turned into a quarterback.
Yep.
Although the Lions did drop the game-winning touchdown, DeAndre Swift did drop that touchdown in the end zone. I like the Giants to win this game. I like them to bounce back. I don't think Trubisky can keep up what he did in those last 2 minutes. So I like the Giants. I like Barkley to have a bounce back game. Giants.
I like where your head's at, especially because they got a week of the Steelers, who can have some similarities when it comes to the defensive, pass rush. So now they have a week under their belt of dealing with pressure on the quarterback, and Daniel Jones looked pretty fucking good with that pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, Khalil Mack is a whole different beast when it comes to quarterback pressure. But this is going to be a close one, and this is going to come down to coaches, last quarter, and it's going to come down to the better quarterback. Oh, almost woo! Oof. Better quarterback. And I'm going to have to go with, I want to say Giants. If I was a betting man, I'd probably say Giants and take the points. But I still got the Bears in this one. I feel like Trubisky's going to bounce feed off the fourth quarter.
Okay. All right, game 2, Falcons-Cowboys. Cowboys, rough loss on Sunday. Really couldn't get anything going on offense. Jalen Ramsey kind of held them in check for the most part. And then Aaron Donald also. And the Falcons, they looked good for the first half and then kind of faded away. It was the Russell Wilson show. So this could be an interesting game. But I like the Cowboys to win this game. They're at home. I think they bounce back. There's no way they start 0-2. I like Dallas.
Same. And for the same reasons that you have, because despite them losing some weapons on both sides of the ball, they're losing a linebacker, they're losing a tight end. The offensive line, for some reason, I feel like they're not clicking.
Well, fucking Aaron Donald. They were triple teaming Aaron Donald, and he was still fucking breaking through that damn offensive line.
That's why he's considered the best in the league, right?
Unreal.
So I still got the Cowboys in this one, and it's going to be a shootout. I think this one might be a really high scoring game. Look for who knows, in the 30s for both teams. I could see that being a possibility. So yeah, I got Cowboys on that one as well.
Next game, I think it's kind of an easy pick for you. For me, also an easy pick. I like the Packers and the Lions. I'm taking the Packers to win this game.
Taking the Packers as well, especially because their corners for the Lions are banged up. They're young already. Now they're getting backups in there. Aaron Rodgers, 500 yards.
Jags, Titans. I like Tennessee. I don't think Jacksonville starts 2-0. I think Derrick Henry bounces back. He kind of struggled against Denver on Monday night, but I think he bounces back, has a big game. Derrick Henry loves to terrorize the Jaguars, by the way. So look for Henry to have over 150 rushing yards. And I like the Titans to win this game.
I'm in the same boat. Titans all the way on this one. Henry, like you mentioned, Henry just he had a decent game just because of the volume, right? The amount of touches he was getting, the amount of carries he was getting. I feel like this is going to be the opposite of that. He's not going to get as many carries, but he's going to fucking pop off for 150 yards. Who knows?
Yeah. Next game, Vikings-Colts. Good one. Two good teams. Two teams that are 0-1. Both teams desperate for a win, desperate for their first win. I like the Colts. I think they're at home. I think, Rivers bounces back. I think he doesn't turn the ball over against a good Vikings defense. I think Jonathan Taylor breaks through and really emerges as a top 10 running back in this league. And I like the Colts.
I got the Vikings on this one. They coming off a tough loss against the Packers. And their defense isn't bad, man. It's just they went up against.
Just give them 45 points.
I was gonna say it's just they went up against one of the best quarterbacks ever. Philip Rivers, I'm sorry, but he's not up there yet. He's not up there, and I don't think he'll ever be up there.
Hall of Famer.
Philip Rivers is such a fucking. He's so clutch, but not clutch. It's weird. Like he could come back from a fucking 21 deficit. And then
which he did.
To lose the game.
He did on the road against Kansas City Thursday night. Came back, led the Chargers back from down 21-0 and won. So he's done it before, but He also came back from a 21-0 deficit and lost because he fucking threw a pick. So yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't know it's fucking.
I got Philip Rivers fucking went up again.
Okay.
I see him going 0-2 and struggling on that and not in.
Next game, Bills-Dolphins. I like the Bills. Josh Allen looked fucking amazing. Made one bad mistake. Besides that, he looked good. Bills' defense looked solid. Yeah, they played the Jets, but still. The Dolphins' offense could not get anything going. I don't think they get anything going until they bring in Tua Tagovailoa to start for this team. Could we see him in this game? Probably not. Maybe week 3, maybe week 4. They ride out Fitzpatrick for as long as they can. But I like the Bills to win this game.
I'm on the same boat with you, man. Dolphins have a lot to go, a lot of things to work on. The Bills are already through that, rebuilding phase. They're in full effect right now. They're trying to make a run. I think Bills are going to win this one.
Niners, Jets. Niners coming off a rough loss against Arizona at home, whereas the Jets, they lost Le'Veon Bell. He's out for a couple weeks. I got to go with the Niners here. I think they blow them out. I think they win this game and get back on track and be that third best team in the NFC that they are.
Blow them out, I'm not too sure. But I know that they're going to win this game just solely because of, who they have on their roster, who they have as their coach, who they have as just like a team in general. And then you look at what the Jets have as a coach, garbage. You look at what the running back situation is like right now. Sorry, guys.
The
running back situation is going on. So, 49ers taking this one.
Okay. Rams, Eagles. Surprise, surprise. I like the Eagles to win this game. I wasn't too invested in Jared Goff, man. He didn't look like he was in it Sunday night against the Cowboys. I mean, yeah, there's no fans. There's nothing there, but it's your first game in a new stadium. I mean, you're the fucking $100 million quarterback. You're the guy on the team. Now, Gurley's gone, You're the guy. You and Aaron Donald are the two guys on this team. And he just didn't look invested, man. He didn't look like he wasn't fired up. I don't know if it was because there's no fans there. I don't know, dude. Goff just didn't do it for me. So I like the Eagles to win this game. I think they bounce back. I think Wentz. I mean, this is number 1 versus number 2 from 2017, I want to say. 2016. Number 1 pick versus number 2 pick. I think Wentz, he needs to bounce back big, because losing that game after being up 17-0 is brutal. So I think the Eagles bounce back. I think they get Miles Sanders back. They get him going. And I just don't think the Rams have anything going for them on offense this week.
I got the Rams on this one. I haven't been sold on Wentz ever.
Even when he was an MVP candidate?
Even then.
The year the Eagles won a Super Bowl, he was an MVP candidate?
Wait, he won a Super Bowl?
No, I said the year the Eagles won a Super Bowl.
I was sold on Nick Foles. I wasn't sold on him.
But he was an MVP candidate before he tore his ACL against the Rams, where he had like 400 yards passing and like almost 100 rushing.
But even then, I still wasn't sold.
Bro.
Even then. And I'm still not sold. And I got the Rams. They're gonna figure it out on offense. They're gonna put up some points.
Game 2, Broncos Steelers. I like the Steelers, man.
Yes, sir.
Ben Roethlisberger back at home, back at Heinz Field. I mean,
I don't know about you, but there was just something nice seeing Big Ben on the field again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was especially like early on. He got that big hit. I was like, oh, there it is, get up. Yeah. And like that woke him up. Like, all right, fuck.
And then the back foot touchdown to Juju. Like that's just so Big Ben.
Yeah. This offense is just gonna get rolling and rolling and rolling. I see Ebron having a good game too.
But we did see some good signs out of Drew Lock. I mean, he didn't look terrible against the Titans. Judy did drop some big third down conversions. He dropped 4 passes in this game. I mean, rookie. But, yeah, you can't do that. So, the Broncos defense looks great. Offense, shaky. We'll see. But I still like the Steelers to win this game.
Same.
Bucks, Panthers. I like the Bucks in this game. I mean, Brady, there's no way Brady goes 0-2. I mean, shit, maybe. This is a close game. The spread's 8.5. There's no way the Bucks cover this. I think Bridgewater has a really good game. But I think Brady gets it done just because there's pressure. And when there's pressure on Brady, he shows up. And I feel like, maybe not the pressure that everyone thinks there is, but for Brady, someone who's been on a winning franchise his entire career, to now start the season 0-1 for the first time in like fucking I don't know how many years. Yeah, and he's only lost 2 week 1 games in his career. This week and the one where he tore his ACL.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
It's unreal. So I think Brady bounces back, gets this win. Yeah, I like the Bucks.
I'm on the same boat as you. Like I told you, still not sold on Teddy. Rookie coach still. Hopefully he bounces back with making better decisions when the game's on the line. But I got the Bucks.
All right, and then we got the football team against the Cardinals. Got to write that time.
Football team.
I like the Cardinals, man. Kyler Murray, he looks like he's gonna be that number 1 pick that he was. I mean, he looked good against a great 49er defense, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Him and DeAndre Hopkins go hand in hand. Kenyon Drake got going. I like the Cardinals to win this game.
I'm on the same boat as you because you look at.
You better get off my boat, man.
Well, we've been kind of off and on with these, but yeah, dude, you look at Murray. He looked amazing week 1. He looked great, and then Hopkins. That chemistry is just going to get better and better and better. And then I can't wait to see when they're like in full effect, when everything is clicking.
All right. Next game, Ravens, Texans. Safe to say this is the game of the week.
Yeah.
I feel like the Texans are under a lot of pressure this game. To start 0-2 after you traded away DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers in the league. And
they might be 2-0.
And then you extended, yeah, exactly. And then you extended Watson and made him the second highest paid quarterback in the league. Shows what you think about this team and what you think about Watson. So I think the Texans have a lot of pressure in this game, but I still don't think they get it done, man. I think Lamar Jackson is just too much to handle for that Texans defense. I think the Ravens will come out and win this game.
It's hard to choose, pick against Lamar Jackson and pick against everything that they have going on. And yeah, man, like the defense is there, the offense looked there last week. It's gonna be a rough road for the Texans. Yeah, man, I got them. I got Texans losing this one.
All right. And then we have the Chargers against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know, man.
I got the Chiefs, man. You said it yourself. This offense is like, it's still trying to find their legs under them. They're still trying to find their way. And week 2 to go up against the fucking Chiefs is not a good way to find your legs that way. So I got Chiefs.
It's week 2. You're at home. First time in the new stadium. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to pick against my team. It's really hard. Even though we're facing probably the best team in the NFL, it's hard for me to pick against them, bro. It's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I got to go with the Chargers. I don't care
your brain
how
says
stupid
Chiefs,
I sound.
Your heart says Chargers.
Yes, exactly, bro. I feel like this is the week. Just like I feel like this is the year. I feel like this is the week. Tyrod Taylor gets it going, starts slinging it around. Austin Eckler tears it up. The defense fucking holds Mahomes to under 20 points. I think Bosa does some work, gets to Mahomes, puts some pressure on him. I like the Chargers. I like the Chargers solely because of the defense. I think, maybe Mahomes comes out of this game a little limpy.
Sorry, man. Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm picking with my brain.
Sunday night, Pats, Seahawks. Second best team in the NFL, the Seattle Seahawks. I'm taking them. If you haven't heard, today, Bill Belichick called Russell Wilson the best player in the NFL. He says, I don't see anyone better than this guy. There's no one in the league better than him. I think now, with Russell Wilson, this offense is not a run-first offense anymore. They're a pass-first offense. And I don't know if you saw this game against the Falcons, but Russell Wilson fucking went off. I mean, he had DK here. He had Lockett over here. He was running the ball himself. Carson was getting some catches out of the backfield. Hyde got involved. Bro, I like the Seahawks to win this game in Seattle. Yeah, I'm taking Seattle.
It blows my mind that the line is only -3.5. Yeah. And I feel like that's just more respect to Bill Belichick. Because if Bill Belichick was not the head coach of this team, the line would probably be 8.5.
Yeah.
And
probably.
If the line was 8.5, I'd probably try and sneak the Patriots in a bet here and there. But Bill Belichick said it himself. He's the best quarterback. I don't agree with him. He's fucking up there. I would have to say my guy's the best or Patrick Mahomes the best. But he's up there. And from what we saw week 1, they hit the ground running. And it's hard to stop a team that hit the ground running. So, but if anyone could do it, it could be Bill Belichick. But Patriots don't have their full squad offensively or defensively. So, I got the Seahawks on that one as well.
All right. Last game, Monday night. Vegas against New Orleans. Just a heads up, Monday we will be live on Instagram before the game. Do like a little 20, 30 minute session, kind of like the Monday Night Football guys do it. I'll do my best Booger McFarlane impression.
Captain
Gotta
Obvious or what?
have some crooked fingers, but I can get it done. But yeah, so Monday, check that out. We'll be live on Instagram Live, right?
Yeah, Instagram Live
Yeah,
will be
Instagram Live.
IG Live on that.
So, anyways, Saints Raiders. I like the Raiders, man.
You're fucking crazy.
I like the Raiders. I do.
I'm
They're at
saving.
home.
I gotta keep tabs on what time this is so I can clip this.
This is their first game in Vegas. They have a whole city behind them. I mean, it's unreal. Vegas, bro. Vegas is sold on the Raiders. I'm not a Raider fan. I fucking hate the Raiders, but I like them to win this game. I think the Saints, without Michael Thomas, are not the same Saints. And this defense from the Raiders, it shows signs of being good, and then it shows signs of struggling. But I think Max Crosby and Clelin Ferrell get it going this week, and I really think the Saints win this game. I mean, I'm the Raiders. I really think the Raiders win this game.
Wow. That is your bold prediction of the week, I guess.
I guess you can say I'm buying into the hype, which I don't know why, because I fucking hate them. But I'm buying into that hype of the Raiders and John Gruden, and Ruggs look really good. Jacobs.
I don't know. I like him. I like what I saw week 1. But this is the Saints, man.
Without their best player.
They don't. And it's a good point, but they still got everybody on defense. They still got everybody. They still got their quarterback. They still have, their second best receiver in Sanders.
I think this game comes down to, can the Saints stop Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, it's going to be a big question mark.
If they can contain him, then they'll win. But I don't think they do. I think Josh Jacobs is a top 5 running back in this league. And I think they win. I like the Raiders.
All right, man. Well, I think just kind of bouncing off into that, we got to hit our bets.
Ooh, yes. Let's get into that.
Last week, none of us were perfect.
I was 2-1. You were 2-1.
And what did I tell you? I said if you were smart, you would round robin our picks, because Tugboat was going to get 2, I was going to get 2.
Hey, hit?
Yeah, we were
round
close.
robin hit?
Yeah.
Remind me, what game did I lose? The Colts. Yeah. I had the Colts minus 8.5.
The game I lost was the fucking Eagles.
Yeah, of course. The 2 teams who we figured were fucking gonna blow their fucking opponents out of the water.
Yep.
Fucking lose. Of course, that happens. Unreal. I won the Bills game, and I won. Remind me.
Oh.
The Bills. Oh, in Seattle. Seattle minus 3. I hit those 2. So week 2. Hot corner bets. What do we got, Chris?
All right, so I'll go first. I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. So I got Packers minus 6 against the Lions. Bills minus 5.5 against the Dolphins. And then the Rams plus 1 against the Eagles. And these are 3 teams that I feel very strongly that these guys are going to pull off these wins. Packers definitely going to win by more than a touchdown. Bills definitely going to win by more than a touchdown. The Rams are the game that, that I'm kind of taking a little risk on, because, yes, the Eagles are coming off that loss like we talked about earlier. But like I said, I'm not sold on Carson Wentz. Got the Rams.
But you're sold on Goff?
I'm sold on the Rams.
You're sold on McVay.
And Aaron Donald.
Yeah, okay.
They had 8 fucking – the Redskins had 8 sacks, Tugboat. And Aaron Donald wasn't even on the field for the Redskins. Imagine a team that has Aaron Donald. He's going to have 8 sacks by himself. So I got –
That's what they want you to think.
I know. Fucking stupid Vegas. Anyways, Packers -6, Bills -5.5, and Rams +1.
Alrighty. My picks. I like the 49ers -7. Like I said, I think they blow out the Jets. They're definitely going to win this game. I like the Chargers +8.5. Even if they don't win, I still think they cover that steep 8.5 point spread at home. I mean, the Chargers, normally, this would be a Kansas City home game, even though they're in LA. But now, fair fucking game. It's a fair even playing field. Got no fans in the stands. I think we're used to it more than they are. So I like the Chargers to cover at least, and then I like them to win also. And the last one, Raiders +6. Like I just said, I like the Raiders to win this game. And even if they don't, I still like them to cover the 6 points. I think they keep it close. Jacobs is going to fucking have a field day against the Saints. So 49ers -7, Chargers +8.5, Raiders +6. Those are my 3 picks.
All right. I like it. I like it. I might not like all of them, but I like it. So,
alrighty.
Moving on to some basketball because we got to talk about basketball.
How about them Clippers, though? How about it? And then how is Doc Rivers still employed? How? This guy's blown, man. He's blown 2 3-1 leads with 2 different squads. How does he still have a job?
Because he's Doc Rivers, I guess.
That doesn't mean shit.
Man.
Bro, watching this, his rotations were fucking awful.
Not just his rotations, what he had going on defense. So if you look at what was going on defense, the biggest thing was the Nuggets and the pick and roll. Mm-hmm. So Jokic would come in and screen for Murray, and what they would decide to do is either double up on Jokic or double up on Murray. And what they did is they doubled up on Murray early, and Murray's a great passer. Drop it down to Jokic when he was cutting right to the free throw line, to the elbow, to the block. Easy basket. Jokic would pop out for a 3 every so often. Boom. So then they said, you know what? Let's fucking double up. Or let's double up on Jokic. Murray's just going to take it to the rack. And then you need the defense to help and cover over there on that side. Murray's too quick. Murray's too good of a finisher at the hole for him to have that be affected. So it was insane.
Where I think the Clippers went wrong is letting Montrezl Harrell just eat up all the minutes at the 5. Like I know you're a big fan of Zoo. I mean, since he was with the Lakers and all, I think he's better than Harrell. I think he's better than him. Yeah, I think he's better than him. So why does Doc Rivers, and he sees him struggling, why does Doc just leave him in there and not get him out and get Zoo in there, get him more minutes, get him more action? I mean, he did not a great job on Jokic, but he did a decent job on him. I mean,
okay, so this is what happened. Jokic is so good that he fucked Doc Rivers' game plan up. He thought that I'm going to stick Harold in there, and now we're going to play somewhat semi-small ball and have 5 athletic guys on the court. But what he didn't realize is that Jokic was just going to say, okay, you're going to put a 6-7 guy on me? Guess what, man? I'm just going to post him up and score and score and score and score until you decide to get him out. And then he says, fuck, Jokic is scoring. Zoo comes back in. All right, Zoo's in. He's 7 feet just like me. Guess what? Now I'm going to force him to play defense. I'm going to pop out to the 3-point line. Now he has to guard Murray, and now he's really fucked. So then you're in a situation where Doc is just like, fuck, I can't. Then he decides, he thinks he gets smart. He's like, I'm going to put Kawhi Leonard on fucking Jokic. And then we put George on Murray. And we're going to have 2 defensive guys. Fuck no. Jokic is going to play a dummy role, and he's just going to stand on the side. You're going to have Paul Millsap come and screen, and then they're fucking there. It was the best basketball I was watching just because every situation, it was amazing, amazing coaching by the Nuggets. and their whole staff. I don't want to just single their whole staff, because no matter what Doc Rivers did, they had a fucking answer for it. Oh, you're gonna do this? Well, guess what? We'll just do that. Oh, you're doing that now? We're gonna go back to this, or we're gonna switch it up and we're gonna mix this here and mix. It was the best chess match I've ever seen. And if you know anything about basketball, if you kind of know the ins and outs of it, even if you don't, just to see the differences of just how they were playing in the game, beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
safe to say, Mike Malone outcoached Doc Rivers.
Hell yeah. Mike Malone coached him out of the fucking bubble. Literally.
Love to see it. I love to see it. Bro.
It was beautiful. I can give two shits about the excuses that they made. I don't care.
Now,
fucking beat them.
Yeah. So now, to continue on with this, let's talk about that fourth quarter in Game 7, where Kawhi Leonard and Paul George had a combined 0 points in that fourth quarter. I mean, in the 3 closeout games that the Nuggets that the Clippers had, they had a double-digit lead in all 3 games, and they couldn't close them out. But more specifically, Game 7, that fourth quarter was just horrendous for the Clippers. Do you think at that point they kind of just checked out and said, "Fuck it, we're done"? I mean, for a guy like Kawhi Leonard, who filmed the commercial with New Balance, had a fucking crown dangling from his fucking keychain.
This is my city.
And then at the end of the commercial, it says, "This is my city." For him to film that and approve that commercial, knowing who plays in the same building that you do.
If I'm LeBron,
in a locker room across the hall from you.
Exactly.
How does that just and then have a fourth quarter like that?
Okay.
People. I mean, Max Kellerman said that he was better than Kobe in crunch time. I'm at a loss for words, bro. Like, and then it just makes sense now. Like Stephen A. Smith brought up this yesterday, or it was yesterday. Yeah, he said, "Okay, Kawhi Leonard shouldn't have won last year. Shouldn't have won. Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson go down. If they're healthy, the Warriors win that series. And Kawhi Leonard is not the superstar that he is now. So Kawhi Leonard is Kawhi really as good as everyone's making him out to be? As good as he was last year in the playoffs? I mean, he hit the luckiest shot in fucking playoff history against the Sixers. I don't know. Is Kawhi overrated? Is Paul George overrated? Does this just not fit? I mean, what do you how do you score 0 points in the fourth quarter and you're the two fucking guys? The two centerpieces of this team.
So, first off, real quick, if I'm LeBron, if he goes and he wins that championship, the very next day, I am shooting a commercial in that same exact car
with Nike,
the same fucking thing hanging from that thing on the same damn road, and just staring dead in the camera, and just say, "Nah, that's it, commercial over." That's it. Nah. And just drive. That's the commercial. Game over.
That'd be great.
But for the shit show that the Clippers had in the fourth quarter, and it was a shit show, the game plan for the Nuggets, and you can tell, was let's force Paul George to beat us in the fourth quarter. Because if you notice, every time Kawhi Leonard got the ball, and his sweet spot is the mid-range game and getting in the paint, getting fouled, they would swarm the ball. They would force him to get tough shots. They would force him to kick the ball out to fucking playoff fucking Paul George.
Pandemic P.
Yeah. And what was it? I was telling Jesse, there was one person that said, everyone calls him Playoff Paul. Someone was like, his new nickname should be Way Off Paul. Every shot that he was taking was way off.
Man.
It was.
How do you hit the side of the backboard?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like me. I do that.
Yeah. So I think it was just great game planning, great coaching, great execution. And that's all it is sometimes in basketball. That's all it is sometimes in sports. Is what's the coach telling me to do? Let me go do it.
Yeah.
That's it. And with a young team like the Nuggets, it's a blessing because they don't know no better. Like as some people say, they don't know any better. Whereas if I'm a veteran player like the Clippers were, they think they know better. But for the Nuggets, being as young as they are, they don't have that history to say, no, I want to do it this way. Or, yeah, you're telling me this, but when it comes down to it, I'm going to play the way I want to play. But they're so young that they're so locked in on the coach and so locked in on what he says and is so focused on if he says run through a fucking wall, they're running through it.
Yeah.
And when you have a veteran team, you don't get that. But when you have young guys like the Nuggets, and they're just fucking blown out of their mind, knowing like, holy fuck, we're in Game 7 right now to get to the Western. I'm going to listen to what the fuck you have to say. And that's exactly what it is.
I agree.
Where it's just a situation where you have guys who listened to their coach and another set of guys who did not listen to their coach and did not go with the game plan, did not, buy in with what Doc Rivers was selling. So I'm glad to see the Clippers are gone because it's going to be a big reality check. There a lot of analysts and a lot of people were talking about how they've never seen a team walk into a bubble or walk into an arena or walk into a season thinking like, yeah, we're winning. Not even the Warriors, not even the Warriors when they had Kevin Durant. They knew like, hey, there's still fucking somewhere out there a team that can, just shoot us in the foot or bite us in the ass. And the Clippers didn't have that feeling. Clippers didn't have that feeling of like, hey.
They felt they were on top of the world.
Yeah, and it was from the moment they played the Mavericks. The moment they played they didn't take them serious. They didn't take Luka serious. They didn't take Kristaps serious. Who knows if Porzingis was playing the rest of the series?
Mm-hmm.
They go and play the Nuggets.
Who knows
if him serious?
If Luka doesn't foul out in Game 1? He doesn't get that second technical. I mean, Clippers are down 2-0. I don't know, man. So two quotes that I absolutely loved. One of them was from Kyle Kuzma. Kind of considered Carl Kuzma. Kind of considered the young guy. I think he is the youngest guy on the Lakers.
No, that's Tucker.
Okay. But anyways, he's one of the younger guys on the team.
Oh, definitely.
So he came out and said, how do you feel about, the Clippers losing this game and not, getting to you? And he goes, it really didn't matter to us. Like, we weren't looking at the Clippers. We were focused on the Rockets and the Rockets only. We were focused on Portland and Portland only. And now we're focused on Denver and Denver only. Like, I absolutely love that. Just locked in. And I think that's where the Clippers kind of lacked. Where the Clippers, like you said, they were just on top of the world. Like, we're going to win this shit. We're going to win this. And they looked ahead of Dallas. They looked ahead of Denver because they knew that eventually all roads were going to lead to LeBron and the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the second quote from Jamal Murray, after they won Game 7, they said, all right, now you got to go and face LeBron and AD. What's the plan? What are you guys going to do? And the one thing Jamal Murray said is they got to worry about us too. They got to worry about us too. I absolutely love that. He's not, well, we're going to put Jokic on this guy and we're going to have to, contain LeBron.
And
yeah, nothing. He says they got to worry about us too. I absolutely love that. I think this is going to be a great series starting tomorrow night. Lakers Nuggets. I think the Lakers, Vogel is definitely not overlooking the Nuggets at all. Vogel's been a pleasant surprise for us. You can agree, right?
Oh, hands down.
I didn't think he was going to be this good of a head coach when they first hired him. We all kind of thought
that was your opinion, not mine.
We all kind of thought Jason Kidd was going to take over at some point during the season. Just because Vogel's not the big name. He wasn't the biggest name.
The sexy pick.
Yeah, exactly. But he somehow just fucking. He's gelling with this team. He's got this team and they bought into what he says. They bought into it. I mean, look at, like I said, just Kyle Kuzma's his quote. Well, we're not overlooking anyone. We're taking it one game at a time, one series at a time, and we're right now our focus is Denver and Denver only. I love it. I think this is going to be a good series. I think they match up. I mean, the Lakers should win this game. They should win this series in 5. The matchup. What do you think?
I just looking at what the Nuggets were able to do against the Clippers. They just didn't have an answer for Jokic, whereas the Lakers have AD. The Lakers have a guy that can compete with him down low and
can play
compete with
defense
him
in the perimeter,
out of the 3-point line.
Yeah.
So if Anthony Davis is the defensive player of the year type of guy that we know, then he's going to lock him down. Yeah, Jokic is going to get his points and get his buckets and get his assists, but I honestly feel we're gonna see AD be the true defensive player of the year that he is. These past few rounds, it's guards, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Westbrook, Harden. He never got a chance to hey, this is my time now. LeBron had to guard, Harden and Westbrook at times, and had to guard Lillard and McCollum, and had to guard all these guys. Now it's AD's turn to step up. Now it's like, hey, man, this is my turn. This is my turn to contribute on the defensive end as well. So we might not see AD score as many points. We might not see him drop 20, 30 points. But we're going to sure as hell see Jokic have 10, 15 points and not be a big impact in the game.
Now, bold prediction here by me. I like AD. I think he does well. But I think the MVP of this series is going to be the guy who comes off the bench when AD's on the bench and still contains Jokic. And that is the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year, Dwight Howard. I think he comes off the bench and keeps Jokic in check. Because the Nuggets are going to try to say, all right, AD's down, let's get Jokic in. Let's try to get him going while we can, while AD's not guarding him. But they're going to have another former Defensive Player of the Year in Dwight Howard, who I think matches up very well with Jokic, and I think he does a good job on him.
A lot of people were shitting on, not shitting, but they were just addressing how JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard didn't play a lick the second half of that series against the Rockets because they weren't needed.
Yeah.
This series, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard are going to be needed.
I see in JaVale, I don't think he has the footwork to keep up with Jokic.
No, but he has everything.
He's got the size.
The fucking wingspan. He has the athleticism to just, for 5 minutes. Hey, you're in for 5 minutes. Keep him down for 5 while AD is taking a break. Or Dwight's in foul trouble. He's going to be that guy like, hey, I could fill in for 5 minutes here and there. But I like your pick on Dwight. I really, really like your pick on Dwight. But on top of it, because what the Nuggets have and what no one is mentioning is the role players that they have. Gary Harris. Oh my God.
Torrey Craig.
One of my favorite guards that gets no attention. Gary Harris is a guy who can just shoot lights out. He's kind of like a Gary Trent who with the Trailblazers who was just popping off. And it's unbelievable to me that when it comes to the Nuggets, nobody mentions their bench. Nobody mentions, Michael Porter Jr., a guy who was starting. He's very capable of putting up 20 points a game. And he was doing that in the bubble. And you look at, I'm just pulling off the bench right now. Look at Gary Harris. Monte Morris is another guy you have 2 guards to worry about besides Jamal Murray. And now this is where it all comes together for the Lakers. Because now you're going up against a team that can play both styles of basketball. And they made it to the Western Conference Finals for a reason, because they can play both with anybody. They want to go big, they'll go big. You want to go small, we'll go small.
Yeah.
And for the Nuggets, you can't sleep on Paul Millsap. You can't sleep on him. He's gonna do his best to guard LeBron. He's gonna do his best to score points. He's gonna do his best to just keep the Nuggets in the game. Like, there's so many guys on the Nuggets roster that you got to worry about, where the Clippers didn't worry. The Clippers didn't worry about those guys, and those are the guys who beat him. Yeah, Jokic and Murray went off, but it's the role players that kept them in the game, that allowed Murray to take those breaks, allowed Jokic to take those breaks. It's gonna be a hell of a game, man. It's gonna be a hell of a series. I got Lakers in 6 because I know they're not gonna take them lightly. They're gonna really buckle down, and who knows? I could see them going 3-1, just all over again for the Nuggets, and then pulling off another win, and everyone's gonna say, "Oh, here we go again," and then Lakers will finish business.
Okay. I like the Lakers in 5. I like the Lakers in 5. Moving on. Eastern Conference Finals.
Hell of a game. Hell of a first game.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right?
Yeah, I was shitting bricks, bro. Even they're not my favorite team, but I was shitting bricks because I picked the Heat, and I'm just like, come on.
Fuck, I forgot. So before we talk about the Eastern Conference Finals, check this out, bro. I don't know if you saw this. So, 2009, the Lakers played the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals.
When it was Carmelo on the team and all that.
Yeah. They also beat the Rockets in the second round. And they were also the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Those 3 things happened in 2009 are also happening again in 2020. I mean, is it a coincidence? Where you're the number 1 seed, you beat the Rockets in the second round, you're playing the Nuggets, and check this one out. The Lakers won the championship in Orlando.
That was when they beat Dwight.
Yeah.
That is weird.
The bubble's in Orlando, bro. This has to be Kobe just fucking playing through the Lakers and saying, "Hey, you're gonna do this, and this is the way you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
because this is the way I did it, bro." It's nuts, right?
That is. It gives me chills a little bit just
it's
to
crazy
think about that, man.
It's nuts.
I'm just saying, I wish I could fast forward to that moment where the Lakers win the finals and just. It's going to be an amazing feeling, but at the same time, you can't look past
the Nuggets. You can't look past the Nuggets. You can't look past the Nuggets.
Stop. Jesse's over here like, oh, it's a cakewalk. It's a cakewalk. I was like, shut the fuck up, Jesse. Ruin it. Yeah, Eastern Conference Finals.
Heat Celtics. Great first game. Jimmy Buckets, man. Jimmy fucking Buckets. Gets it done. But Tatum almost fucking ended it. Even after that fucking pass, the inbound pass that he dropped and kind of came down awkward, he fell. Yeah. He still got up and he gave it a good look. He gave it that's the best possible look from that position that he was in. He got the shot off. He got the shot off in time. Off the rim. I mean, bro.
Almost fucking got fouled.
Yeah, this series, brutal. I see this series going 7 games.
Hell yeah, man.
Bro, I got to give the credit to you, man. You called it. Bro, the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, fucking Tyler Hero. I mean, this team is just full of guys that just know how to win. Bro, Jay Crowder, like I said, Tyler Hero, the rookie, Jimmy Butler. I mean, Bam Adebayo is fucking just tearing this fucking playoffs apart. I mean, the Heat, I'm sold. They're good. The Celtics are also pretty good, though. I mean,
what's interesting,
and there's a possibility they get Gordon Hayward back.
That's what I was going to say. Gordon Hayward, their great white hope, is almost back. And people underestimate his value for the Celtics. They think he's like that odd piece no way. This guy will drop 20, 25 points, and in the words of Montrezl Harrell, he's he ain't a bitch ass white boy. He's one badass white boy. He is a fucking baller, dude. And I'm. This is where it gets serious. If he can come back healthy, he's a fucking gamer, dude. I love him. He's a really good player, even though he plays for the Celtics. I still got the Heat, man. Still got the Heat. There's, like I told you, you can't let your foot off the gas. Celtics up by 10, up by 12, up by 14. Duncan Robinson comes in, boom, 3. Tyler Hero, boom, 3. Jimmy Butler, and 1. And the free throw. And then you look and you're like, oh, fuck, we're down by 2 points.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen? Like, they just don't quit. They don't quit. There's no lead that they can't get back from. And the defense that they play. And like I told you with the Celtics, when they played against the Raptors, they were going 4 or 5 minutes, like no points, no nothing.
Yeah.
You can't do that with the Heat because they're going to get at least a bucket here, a bucket there, and those buckets add up when you're dry and not scoring anything. The Heat, the Celtics have a real issue when it comes to getting cold and not finding a bucket when they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I like the Heat winning the series too. It's been impressive to see what they've done. They've only lost one game in this playoffs. It was in overtime to the Bucks without Giannis, and that was solely because I needed the Bucks to win that game. That's why they lost. I called Pat Riley and said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna need you to lose this game for me. I got a lot of money riding on the Bucks. Let's get it done."
With his slick back hair, he was just like, "All right, I'll give you one."
Yeah. Okay. Sure. But yeah, man.
I love the shot. I love the shots of him when he's sitting up there, and he's just looking down, and you could see like the nod on his head, like
he knows.
Like this is what I thought it was gonna be. Like he's the maestro that's like, oh. It's
now,
beautiful.
Again, don't want to overlook, but could LeBron face off against his former team in the finals? That would be one great series. Or, I mean, even if he doesn't play the Heat, you get the greatest rivalry. You get the greatest rivalry in basketball history, Lakers Celtics. I mean, what more could you ask for? I mean, 2020 has been a fucking pain in the ass, but could they finally reward us with LeBron versus Pat Riley and the Heat, or LeBron versus the fucking Celtics, Lakers versus Celtics? Like, bro, what more can you ask for? Great. And the Clippers are out? Fucking love it.
The world is starting to come back to form.
Oh, yeah. Definitely is.
This is going to be a good series. I got the Heat taking it. I got the Lakers taking the
Heat in how many games?
Finals. It's going to be good.
Heat in how many games?
I can see it going 7, but
I agree.
I'm sticking with 6 as well because there's going to be those close games where the Celtics blow it, where they have those stretches of 4 minutes where they don't score a damn point, and Hero, who has not ice, he has I don't know what in his veins. This motherfucker, he's another bad white boy, dude. There's a lot of bad white boys in this bubble that are just going to town, dude. It's crazy.
All right, so Heat in 6, Lakers in 6. We got Lakers in 5, and I like the Heat in 7. So moving on to our last topic, baseball. Playoffs are coming up. Last week and a half of the season.
Hey, can I share this stat with you that Jesse shared with me yesterday?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
So if the Lakers make the finals, this will be the first time ever that the Dodgers and Lakers are in the playoffs at the same exact time.
Oh, no shit. Yeah.
So game 1 of the finals would start the same exact time that the first round of the playoffs would start for the Dodgers. So how crazy would LA sports be with the Dodgers and Lakers in the playoffs.
Both in
all
the
at once.
playoffs.
It is going to
Wow.
be pandemonium. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing.
Fucking love it. So the Dodgers, speaking of baseball, last week of the season, week and a half, the Dodgers, first team in baseball to clinch a playoff spot. They already clinched. They clinched a playoff spot yesterday with their win and the Rockies and Brewers lost. I could have sworn that the San Diego Padres won the World Series on Monday. But I guess, I don't know, something happened. Maybe the Dodgers won the next two games and, took a commanding 3.5 game lead
Yep.
in the division. But I could have sworn they won the World Series because the way they celebrated it was like fucking the end of the world.
Yeah. That's
Padres
the problem with them, man.
Padres fucking win a couple games and they're fucking on top of the world. They forget how to act. I mean, all right, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Again, I have zero issue with guys fucking pimping home runs. I fucking love it. I mean, I got the fucking master of fucking pimping home runs right there. I don't know if you can see that guy right there.
The best
master of the fucking bat flip. I fucking love that guy. So I love bat flips. I'm all for it. But I think Trent Grisham went a little way too far. Not a little, way too far with what he did on Monday night. Did you see it?
Yeah.
So, first of all, Kershaw made a mistake. Yeah, he did. It was, I think it was 1-2. Threw my fastball up, left it fucking letter high.
See ya.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, he admired it. Cool. Look at it. My thing is, the fucking ball went in the second row. It's not like it was a fucking tank. Like, yeah, it went super high, but it barely cleared the fence. It went into the second row.
It was a moon shot.
Yeah. So, all right, cool.
Second row.
Yeah. All right, cool. You hit a home run. Yeah, it's a tight game. It's one. You just tied it off Kershaw, whatever. Cool. 1-1. Round the bases and go. But no, he fucking looked at it. And then while he's running to first base, he looks at Kershaw and gives him a little fucking a little smirk, That's where I draw the line. That's why the Dodger dugout got up and started saying shit. Because he looked back at Kershaw. You don't do that. Yeah, you hit a home run, cool. Don't fucking dog the pitcher. There's no need for that. So then he's rounding the bases, and the Dodgers are chirping him. They're chirping him. And then he's coming down third base line. They're still chirping. And then he fucking jumps on home plate like he just fucking walked off. That's like, bro. All right, first of all, act like you've been there before. Second of all, who the fuck are you? You're Trent Grisham. Like, if Tatis does it, all right, cool. Fine, fuck it. Tatis is the fucking star. But you're Trent fucking Grisham. Everybody remembers what you did last year in that wild card game. You cost the Dodgers a fucking World Series. That's what he did. If fucking Trent Grisham fields that ground ball, the Brewers win. The Dodgers fucking sweep the Brewers. They go on and win the World Series. But no, fucking Trent Grisham fucking decides to miss the ground ball.
Couldn't get his glove down.
Gives the Nats fucking all the confidence in the world. The Nats fucking come in and spank the Dodgers, and that was that. But I don't know, man. I didn't like what Trent Grisham did. I just get off your fucking high horse. Your fucking franchise hasn't been relevant in fucking 20 years. Like, you're finally there. You're gonna make the playoffs. Like, fucking just let it go out. Let your fucking game do the talking. Like, there's no need to fucking show guys up like that.
I agree. And to your point of, taking that look back at Kershaw, that's kind of where you draw the line. For any baseball team, any baseball player, where it's like, yeah, you hit a home run. Look at your bench. Look at your dugout. Be pumped up. Scream at them. But where you draw the line from being jacked up, excited to disrespectful is when you're just staring down the pitcher.
Yeah.
Run the bases. High-five your first base coach, high-five the third base coach, run to the home plate, touch the base, and then you fucking celebrate with your team in the dugout.
Yeah, do whatever you want in the dugout.
Exactly. But that's when the extracurriculars come in, when it's like, you don't need to stare at Kershaw. We all know what happened. What are you going to
He knows. Yeah.
I know you just hit a home run. The fucking whole world knows you just hit a home run. Your team knows. Everybody knows. Just go. Keep running. If you want to run a little slower, sure, run a little slower. but you don't have to stare at the fucking pitcher.
Yeah.
Which
So
is understandable. I get it.
I got a lot of comparisons to this because everybody's saying like, "Oh, the Dodgers do this, but they don't like when they do it to them." This is a different situation, though. I'm going to defend this because once he hit that bomb off Bumgarner, looked at it, and fucking Bumgarner started chirping Muncy.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, all right, fuck you. Give up a bomb, dude. There's a fucking tank.
That's when I don't like when pitchers start.
That number one was a fucking bomb. It went into the fucking water. And
two, sure. Go get it out of the ocean.
Yeah, go get it out of the ocean. Two, Bumgarner started it. Bumgarner chirped at him for, nothing. And so that's why Muncy responded with, yeah, go get it out of the fucking ocean. So different situations. I didn't like what Grisham did. I may be fucking sounding like a homer, like, oh, fuck you, you're disrespecting fucking Kershaw, you're disrespecting the whatever. Anyways, Dodgers 3.5 games up in the division. I'm about to hit my bet. I took them to win over 38.5 games in Vegas at the beginning of the year, or in June. I took them to win 38.5 games. They're at 35 right now. I need 4 more wins. There's 10 games left. Looks good. Looks good to me, at least. But we'll see. Knock on wood. But we do have some playoff races heating up in the American League, though. Bro, this American League Central race is so good. I mean, you look at the teams in the AL Central. You have the White Sox, who are 3.5 games up. And then you have Cleveland. Minnesota, who's right behind the White Sox. And then you have Cleveland, who's also there. So, I mean, that AL Central division is just as good as the NL West. Because the NL West, you're going to have 3 playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers, the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Giants. And then you look at the AL Central, you're going to have the White Sox, the Twins, and right now the Cleveland Indians are the 8th seed. So 3 playoff teams from each division. That race is tight, man, and the White Sox are winning it right now. But what do you think? The Twins are the defending champs in that division. The White Sox holding on, but Jose Abreu is just fucking ripping the cover off the ball. What do you think? Who wins this division?
I got the White Sox. Everything's kind of clicking for them when it comes to pitching and hitting, and the guys that are on that lineup. It's a dangerous lineup, and there's times where they'll just blow the lead, or they won't blow a lead, but they'll just kill and just keep adding those runs and runs. You look at the lineup, you got Abreu and Grandal and Encarnacion, and then I haven't even mentioned the 2 Cubans that I'm drawing a blank on. I'm pulling it up right now.
Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert.
Exactly. So you have those 2 guys that drop fucking tanks.
I bet a lot on the White Sox.
Yeah, and me too. And they win me a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they win my parlays, especially when they have their top pitchers going up for them. So, and then their bullpen is surprisingly not bad. Their bullpen really doesn't blow leads. Their bullpen gets the job done. Here and there they'll fuck it up, but everyone has those moments. So I got the White Sox winning this one. Okay. What about you?
I like the White Sox also. I think their pitching is better. I think the Twins added Maeda, they added Hill, but I still think the White Sox win this. Yeah. And then there was a little scare for a little bit. I'm sure in your family, there was a little panic, a little worry for Steph and Chris, with the Yankees kind of hanging on to that 8th seed. But they seem to kind of figure it out now. They lost like 8 in a row at one point.
It was bad.
But they figured it out. They're getting back to, the Yankees that we expected. They're getting healthy. Judge is back. Stanton should be back pretty soon. Frazier is, tearing it up. Somebody who didn't even start the season, in the big leagues. So things are looking up for the Yankees. Garrett Cole kind of figured it out after losing two starts in a row to the fucking Orioles. Cost me a lot of money.
Brutal.
But yeah. So the Yankees, they figured it out. So right now, if the playoffs ended, if the season ended today, the number 1 seed in the AL West and the AL would be the White Sox. The 8 would be the Indians. So that's a division matchup in the first round. Remember, it's a 3-game series in the first round. Go to the NL. You have the Dodgers, and the 8 seed is the fucking San Francisco Giants.
How they do it, I don't know.
The 2 1 seeds could be facing division rivals who could potentially lose. And we can end it on this. But so Rob Manfred said he wants to make this a permanent thing, where the wild card, the 8 teams, the first round, the wild card round, he added a new round instead of just a 1-game playoff. It's a 3-game series. Everybody plays. One thing I don't like about this, Dave Roberts mentioned it. He don't like it. Is what incentive do you have to win the division now?
It's true.
Because you win your division, you're the number 1 seed, and you still have to do what everyone else does. So maybe the 1 seed gets a bye. I mean, maybe the 1 and 2 get a bye. I don't know.
They have to do something like that.
I like the idea of the wild card round and the 3-game series. It's cool, but I mean, the Dodgers are playing the Giants in a 3-game series. Anything can happen because it's a team in your division, a team that knows you best. I mean, the Dodgers and Giants split the season series. They're 5-5 this year. I don't know, man. That's fucking scary to me.
I agree because you look at, and Dave Roberts has a good point. You know, you need an incentive for winning. Whereas, like, I get it. You want the majority of the league to feel like, hey, we're still in it. And that takes away, you know, the tanking, even though that's not really an issue in baseball.
Yeah.
But it takes away that possibility of a team saying, hey, let's just sell everybody on our team. Where it's like, no, let's stick with it, and we might make a little run.
Yeah.
So I understand that point. But I do want to see some type of incentive for the first seed or the second
or the number 1 seed, yeah.
Yeah, like the 1 and 2 seed, because you need an incentive to be. If you fucking won 100 games, let's say in a regular season, you win 100 games, and now I got to do the same shit everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I deserve a first round bye. I deserve something. Like my team proved to everybody that we're the best in the MLB, the best in the league. You deserve a time off.
Yeah, not only that, but, okay, last topic. The bubble. Playoff bubble for Major League Baseball. They have announced the playoff bubble. The first wild card round will be played at everyone's home stadium, the higher seed. And then the ALDS and the ALCS are going to be hosted at Dodger Stadium in Petco Park. Yes, the ALDS and the ALCS at Dodger Stadium in Petco Park. The NLCS and DS at Minute Maid Park. Fuck that place.
Houston.
And Globe Life Park in Arlington, the brand new stadium. The World Series in Arlington. How do you feel?
I get it. Like, you know, it would have been cool.
You've been traveling back and forth all season, and now you want to do a bubble?
Okay, I understand that because they don't want any excuses from any teams. They don't want, like, oh, our fucking guy has COVID and now the whole team has to shut down. Then you fuck up the whole series. So what I would have liked to see is if they just say, all right, Dodger Stadium, Angel Stadium, National League plays in Angel Stadium, American League plays in
But the reason why they don't want the teams to have a home field advantage.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Dodgers would be playing in
Anaheim. Oh, okay.
And then the American League would be playing in Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
There's no better way to keep track of your whole fucking league than to keep them in relatively close locations or close proximity.
But also, fucking California is a hotspot. Are you going to want a bubble in California?
I guess. Right?
I don't know. Well, they're doing it, so I don't know. I guess. I mean, the Lakers are already going to win a championship not outside of Staples Center. Now the Dodgers, their first fucking championship in 30 years, hopefully. outside of Dodger Stadium.
It's gonna suck.
It is what
Can't
it
see
is.
again.
It is what it is. I know, brutal, but it is what it is. That's it, man. I got nothing else. Thank you guys for watching. Check out our bets. Are you gonna put them back up there
Oh
for
yeah.
people to see?
Well, let's see here.
Hammer them. Those are mine. Niners, Chargers, and Raiders. Chris has the Bills, the Rams, and the Packers. So hammer those bets. Do 6-team round robin, 4x6, 3x6, 2x6. Don't matter. Hammer them. Take them. Do 2 3-team parlays. We're gonna make some money this weekend. I'm excited. Fucking do it, dude.
I'm pumped. Hopefully, and don't forget to check us out on Monday.
Yes, Monday, Instagram Live. We will be there.
All right, man. This was a good one.
Later, bro. Yes, sir.